Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is WireDogSec back with another video for you guys, and we're going to continue on with the Advent to Cyber 2023 event from TryHackMe. This is day number 17, traffic analysis. I taught a C2 tat. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button if you're enjoying the content, and comment below on your thoughts and opinions on the information shared. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, learning objectives. Gain knowledge of the network traffic data format, understand the differences between full packet captures and network flows, learn how to process network flow data, discover the Silk tool suite, gain hands-on experience in network flow analysis with Silk. Network traffic data. The network data is everywhere, it's all around us, even now in this very task. Network communication and traffic are the natural behaviors of today's interconnected computing world. These behaviors represent a constant data flow of daily activities, including personal interactions and business transactions. The data flow offers invaluable network management, troubleshooting, incident response, and threat hunting insights. The table below highlights the importance and key benefits of each of these aspects. So let's go ahead and skim over some of this information here. There's a lot to read through, so be sure to go and check out the room and read through the information yourself. All right, I'm just going to skim through a lot of it for the sake of time. All right, network management. It says monitoring network performance, identifying bandwidth bottlenecks, and ensuring resource allocation and quality of service. Troubleshooting, identifying network issues, latency, connectivity issues, incident response, incident scope, root cause analysis, and assessment of the compliance aspects of incidents and day-to-day operations. Threat hunting, proactive analysis for signs of suspicious malicious patterns, etc., etc. Network traffic comes in various data types and formats. Packet capture, PCAP format, also known as full packet captures, is the first thing that comes to mind. It provides a granular, raw, and comprehensive view of the network traffic. The format provides all possible data representation and packets in a ready-to-go investigative format. However, this is intensive resource needs storage, processing, and analysis capacities to provide comprehensive insight into network traffic. In other words, the PCAPs, or while PCAPs are very useful for detailed analysis, they are not practical for fast analysis situation as they enclose the actual payload. This situation becomes a pain point when large amounts of data need to be analyzed, and that's absolutely true. If you work for big organizations, it could be thousands, hundreds of thousands of packets, right? And that takes up a lot of resources, stated there, a lot of storage space mainly. And let's see here. The data richness and level of detail provided by PCAP format comes from the payload it carries. At this point, it will be possible to speed up the process considerably by running the analysis process on a data format that doesn't enclose payload data. As a result, it will be possible to process more data in a short amount of time with fewer resources, leaving more time for analysis and decision making. Net flow data is a lightweight alternative to PCAPs. It's commonly used in NetFlow format, a telemetry protocol developed by Cisco that focuses on the metadata part of the traffic. In other words, it provides only the summary of the traffic. The details appear similarly to how to call detail appear on your phone bill. Once again, there are no packet content details with the format. This is why storing, processing, and analyzing this data format is easier than it is in PCAPs. A closer look at PCAPs and flows. All right, it's got the differences, similarities, etc. If you want to go through and read through that. All right, you got feature PCAT net or network flow model or packet capture, protocol flow records, depth information, main purpose, pros and cons, available fields, etc., etc. So the table above highlights the conceptual differences between PCAP and NetFlow at a high level. Now let's get into a more technical comparison of these two formats and understand why McSkitty chose this approach as a quick solution for understanding overall network traffic activities. Elf Forensic McBlue explains the differences in the tables below, so be sure to read through all of this, understand the differences between the two key data files of PCAP format, key data fields of network flow format. All right, link, layer information, timestamp, packet length, MAC address, source and destination MACs, IP and port information, etc., etc. IP and port information, source, destination, IP addresses, IP protocol, volume details, TCP flags, time details, etc., etc. Says Elf Forensic McBlue explains that the significant difference between PCAPs and NetFlows is the packet detail visibility and processing speed. Remember, McSkitty wants the statistics as soon as possible. You'll help the SSOC team work on NetFlow or network flows, how to collect and process network data. Network data collection and processing typically involves using network monitoring and analysis tools such as Wireshark, very popular, check it out. T-Shark, which is basically like a command line version of Wireshark, and TCP dump, another alternative to Wireshark, and it's in a command line format to collect information about the traffic on a network and then analyze that data to gain insight, troubleshoot, or conduct blue and purple team operations, etc., etc. If you'd like to learn more about network data capturing analysis processes, the Wireshark module can help you get started. I also have a video on Wireshark if you want to go ahead and check that out. All right, let's continue on here. It says the SOC team tells us why they have some PCAPs and network flow records, but the available data needs to be more organized and ready for analysis. Luckily, one of the team members remembered a suggestion from McSkitty. Hence, from McSkitty, you can collect network flows from endpoints and network devices in the same way as you can collect full packet captures. It's also possible to convert PCAPs to network flows. If you need a quick look at network statistics on a pre-recorded file, many open source tools can help you read network flows or convert PCAPs to network flow data, and Silk is one of the most popular choices, so we're going to check that out in this room, obviously. Good news, Elf Forensic McBlue has converted all the network flow data to binary flow format, but you still need to discover how to analyze it. Follow-up of recommendations and exploration tools. Let's continue with McSkivity's suggestion. Explore and use Silk to help the SOC in the task. Silk, or the System for Internet Level Knowledge Tool Suite, was developed by CERT, Situational Awareness Group, at Carnegie Mellon University's Software Engineering Institute. It contains various tools and binaries that allow users to collect, parse, filter, and analyze network traffic data. In other words, Silk helps analysts gain insight into multiple aspects of network behavior. Silk can process direct flows, PCAP files, and binary flow data. In this task, you will experiment using Silk tools on binary formats, etc., etc. Getting started with Silk Suite. The Silk Suite has two main parts: the packing system and the analyze or analysis suite. The packing system supports the collection of multiple network flow types: IPFix, NetFlow v9, and NetFlow v5, and stores them in binary files. The analysis suite contains the tools needed to carry out various operations: list, sort, count, and statistics on network flows. Let's see here. The network analysis tool also supports Linux CLI pipes, allowing you to create sophisticated queries. The VM contains a binary flow file, suspicious flows.silk, in the home Ubuntu desktop directory. You can verify this by clicking terminal icon on desktop and executing the following command. So let's go ahead and do that here. All right, so terminal's opening up very slowly, but it'll open up eventually, and it's going to basically going to look like this. The next step is discovering the details of the pre-installed Silk instance in the VM. Use the commands provided to verify the Silk Suite's installation. Use the following command to verify and view the installation details. So let's go ahead and do this first. So we're going to cd into desktop. Go ahead and do that. Awesome. And let's see here. I guess that's two L's, or is that two ones? Probably two L's. All right. Yeah, obviously. Anyway, let's see. Okay, yep, it's right there. I mean, you could just done ls on it and found it there. But anyway, all right, let's continue on. Silk config v. So let's go ahead and copy that and paste it in, so we can check out the installation information here. All right. The Silk mainly works on a data repository, but it can also process the data sources not in the base data repository. By default, the data repository resides under the var silk data directory, which can be changed by updating Silk's main configuration file. Note that this task's primary focus is using Silk Suite for analysis. Therefore, we only use NetFlows, but given by the SOC team. Quick win that will help you answer the questions. You now know which Silk version you are using. All right, and let's see here. All right, it's 3.19.1. Let's go down to the questions. You can go ahead and fill that in yourself. I believe that's like the first question or something like that. Let's see. Yep, 3.19.1. All right, so let's go back up to where we're at. Okay. All right, it says flow file properties with Silk Suite. RW file info. One of the top 5 actions in packet and flow analysis is overviewing the file info. Silk Suite has a tool, RW file info, that makes this possible. Now let's start working with the artifacts that provided. We'll need to view the details, the binary flow files, by using the following command. So let me go ahead and clear this stuff out of here. All right, so we're going to copy and paste this over. We already know what the file name is for the Silk. So we'll go ahead and paste this in there. Take a look at it here. Format, version, byte, compression, header, etc., etc. Silk version again, in case you missed it earlier. All right. It still helps you discover the files, high-level details. Now you can see the Silk version, header, length, yada yada yada. Quick win that help you answer the questions. You now know how to view the sample size in terms of count records. I'm sure that's another answer to this question. So 1177.4. So let's go ahead down to the questions and see which one that will answer for us. And that's the second one. What is the size of the flows in the count records? So let's go all the way back up to where we were left off on. Okay. Make sure we're in the right place here. Yep. Okay. And it's talking about raw cut or RW cut. Yeah, RW cut reads binary flow records and prints those selected by the user in the text format. It works like a reading and filtering tool. For instance, you can open and print all the records without any filter parameter, as shown in the command line below. So we're going to do the same thing here with this R cut. You can see the rest there. So let's go ahead and type it, or copy and paste this in. All right, so we'll copy this stuff here and then paste it over so we can see what we're looking at. Clear this out. And here we go. All right, okay. Looks kind of funky here. I don't know if there's a good way to change this around. Let's see. Nope, not really. Okay. Anyway, let's continue on here. This is what it looks like, though. Oh, okay, didn't want to do that. All right. All right, up to this point, we read flows with RW cut. Now let's discover the filtering options offered by this tool. Recheck the output. It's designed by column categories, meaning there's a chance to filter some. Our cut has great filtering parameters that will help you do this. At this point, the dash dash fills parameter will help you extract particular columns from this output and make it easier to read. All right, that's exactly what we want here. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this over. And let's see, let me clear this out. Okay, let me just change this sizing real quick. All right. All right, for some reason did not copy, so let's try this again. Let's just file. Oh, gosh darn it. I'm sorry about that. Copied the wrong one. All right, now let's just clear this out. Paste it in, and here we go. All right, now that's a lot easier to read than what we had before. Okay, you can see the destination IP address, destination port, the source IP, source port. All right, view is easy to follow. Note that in the columns, their tags and the filter parameter. It's got it displayed out here as I already explained: source IP, destination IP, etc., etc. One more detail to pay attention to before proceeding. Look again at the rcut terminal above and check the protocol pro column. You should have noticed the numeric values under the protocol section. All right, this column shows the used protocol in decimal format. You'll need to pay attention to the section as Silk highlights protocols in binary form, i.e. 6 or 17, not in keywords, TCP, UDP. Interesting. Below, Elfmic Blue explains the importance of this detail and how it can help your cyber career. All right, so be sure to read through this whenever you get a chance. We're going to continue on. Quick win that will help answer the questions. You now know the date of the 6th record that's given. All right, so I'm sure that's another answer to the question. So let's go take a look at the questions again and see and ask, yeah, what is the start S time of the 6th record of the file? In order to get the 6th record, be sure to change rex equal 5 to rex equal 6. All right, I use the same parameters pretty much, except for that piece. And then there's the answer right there, 2023, 12, 05, yada, yada, yada. So let's go back up and continue on. Continuing on, it says filtering the event of interest RW filter. We covered how to read and filter particular columns with RW cut, but we'll need to implement conditional filters to extract specific records from the flow. RW filter will help us implement conditional and logical filters to extract records from the event of interest. This is RW filter is an essential part of the Silk suite. It comes with multiple filters for each column in the sample you're working with on and is vital for conducting an impactful flow analysis. However, even though RW filter is essential and powerful, it is a tricky detail. It requires its output to be post-processed. This means that it doesn't display the results on the terminal, and as such, it's most commonly used with RW cut to view the output. View the examples below. RW filter, file name, this command reads the flow, yada yada yada. So let's go ahead and try it out real quick. I'm going to copy and paste this over. All right. And it did not copy again. Let's try this again. All right. Yep. I got the same error. And it says you can use dash dash help for more information about how to use this. All right. The command is missing filtering and passing output options, which is why I didn't provide any results in return. All right, so let's skip through some of this here. Remember, ELF forensic McBlue's hints on protocol and decimal representations. Let's start by filtering all UDP ports or UDP records using the protocol filter and out processing options. I just copied this here and pasted it over, except I changed the 5 to a 6 again. Let's go ahead and run it. Okay, let's go ahead and continue here. See what it says. Basically explains what everything means here that you're looking at. All right, it says we can now filter records on the events of interest. The alternative filtering fields options are listed below, so you can be sure to read through that here. That says quick win. That will help you answer the questions. You now know how to filter the records and view the source port number of the 6 UDP record available in the sample provided. All right, the sixth one's going to be this one here. All right, 49950. That's going to be the answer to that question down below. What is the destination port of the sixth record? The next one's going to say, what is the record value percentage of the D port 53? And that's what we're going to cover next with the stats. Next area we're covering here is quick statistics, RW stats. Up to this point, we have covered fundamental tools that help provide some statistics on traffic records. It's now time to speed things up for a quicker and more automated overview of events. Before you start to work with RW stats, you need to remember how to use the dash dash fields parameters we covered in the RW filter section to fire alternative filtering commands on the event of interest. If you need help using these parameters, return to the RW filters. Be sure to do that. All right, let's go ahead and skip down a little bit. This is basically explaining what the additional filters mean. Count limits the number of records printed on the console. Dash dash values equals records, packets, bytes. Show the measurement flows, packets, and bytes, etc., etc. All right, I just basically copied this over, pasted it in. And we're going to take a look here to answer the next question. It says, quick win that will help you answer the questions. You now know how to list statistics and discover the volume on the port number. So let's go ahead, hit enter here. And I want us to look at port 53. You got port 53 and the percentage records is going to be 35.332088. So let's go scroll back down to the questions, make sure. Yep, what is the record value percentage of D port 53? So that's going to be the answer to that one. Now let's go ahead and continue on to the next one. It says, what is the number of bytes transmitted by the top talker on the network? So let's go ahead and scroll back up and go over the top feature. Assemble the tool set and start hunting anomalies. Congratulations! You have all the necessary tools and have completed all the necessary preparation steps. Now it's time to use what you have learned and save Christmas. Let's start by listing the top talkers on the network. So I basically just copy and paste it again. And this time I'm going to use dash dash top filter to list that out. So let's go ahead and put enter here. And it looks like the top talker is going to be this one 75.219.238.243 bytes transmitted, and you got the percentage of bytes there. It says check the percentage of bytes column. We have revealed the traffic volume distribution and identified the top 3 talkers on the network. Let's list the top communication pairs to get more meaningful, enriched statistical data. So let's go ahead and do that here. All right, just copy and paste it. Go ahead and clear this out. Here we go. All right. Now we get everything all nice and fancy here. Look at the top percentage bytes and percentage record columns. These two columns highlight where the major or majority of the traffic originates. Now the top talkers stand out since they are creating the majority of the noise on the network. Remember what we found in the last part of the RW stats. The high traffic volume is on port 53. Let's focus on the DNS records. Figure out who's involved. All right, so let's go ahead and add that in there. All right, I'm gonna copy and paste again. So we're adding in that port number and some other information here. So go ahead and paste this in. Here we go. Here we got this dot 24 or dot 243 and dot 24 or 221 here. All right, let's see here. We filter all records that use port 53. Output shows approximately 99% of the DNS traffic between two IP addresses, even though the traffic volume doesn't represent ordinary traffic. Let's view the frequency of the events or the requests using the following command. So let's go ahead and try that here. So copy and paste again. All right, clear this out. Awesome. Okay. Let's see, red flag. Over 10 DNS requests in less than a second or anomalous. We should highlight this communication pair in our report. Note that we filtered the second talker ends with 221 as its source address of the first communication pair. Let's look at the other IP address with the same command. All right, you guys make sure to read through the rest of this here. We're going to answer the rest of the questions. All right, since we know quite a bit of how to use this tool here. So I'm going to scroll down back to the questions where we left off. All right, what is the number of bytes transmitted by the top talker on the network? And this is what I have built out here. Got fields equals source IP, destination IP, values equals bytes, count 10. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. And let's see. The top talker is going to be this one up here. So it's going to be, let's see, bytes 735229. It's going to be the answer to that one. Next one says, what is the S time value of the first DNS record going to port 53? So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. As you can see, I have used the RW filter, suspicious file, dport 53, and you can see the rest there. And we're gonna look at this top one here, and it says that it's 2023 1208, etc., and that's going to be the answer to that one. Next one says, what is the IP address of the host that C2 potentially controls? Put in defang format. The next one says, what is IP address suspected to be the flood attacker? So both of these are going to be in defang formats. You can see there. All right, so in order to find this one, we are going to run this particular command with the perimeters here. And you can see the top one is this dot 221, and you can see it has the most records. So that's the one I chose, and it was the correct answer. So all right, the next one is says you want to look for the flood attacker. So we got to check out port 80. So I'm just gonna up arrow to the one I had earlier. There we go. All right, it's gonna be this point 2231. That's at the top of the list here. The most records, percentage, etc. So the most traffic is coming from this IP here, and that's going to be the answer to the flood attacker. The last one says, what is the send packets number of records? So let's go ahead and find that. All right, we can actually see that here. Records 1658. All right, it's going to be this one because that was the one doing the flood attack. So that's going to be the answer to that one. Now, the last thing here says we've successfully analyzed network flows. To gain quick statistics, if you want to delve deeper into network packets and network data, you can look at the network security and traffic analysis module. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in this particular area. If you enjoyed this video and you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment below on your thoughts and opinions. As always, thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you later.